Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome to Helen. I'm up here in the mountains. We're working on a project in the pool. We finished the outdoor kitchen and I did some other stuff. I'll show you that here today and give you a tour around the house, update you where we're at here. The house is booked. We booked this week in April, but the house is booked all the way through to basically late October, I believe. Then there's a few weeks here and there around November, December. But it's pretty much booked the entire year. So I do these normal vlogs. I do these like this. Usually, on average, 3 times a month. 3-4 times a month. So let's just say every week, and just to share life, business, talk more personal stuff. I do this on Inside the Hex. So if you're interested in that kind of content, I'd ask you to consider go and become a member. It's either $8 a month or $60 a year, so you can pay for that. I'll put a link in the description, put it in the card up in the upper right, where you can go to check that out. But yeah, I want to bring you along. This place is really freaking awesome, man. Just wait till I hope that not many of you can come through here, but I hope that many of you that get the opportunity to come or have the opportunity can come here and experience this place. I haven't even done any driving stuff here, which is the best part of it. So anyway, I got breathing heavy here. I got a pollen crazy. I thought I was over the pollen thing, but the pollen here is a different level. So anyway, let's take a tour of the day. I'll bring you along, and yeah, I'm not used to not doing videos on YouTube as often. We have a bunch of really cool videos coming out, a bunch of big projects. So this past week, I was working on polishing the GT3 Touring, so I didn't have much to video. But this coming week, we'll have lots of cool stuff coming out. But let's hang out for the day and see what we can get into. So this area here is still very yellow feeling. The master bath, the master area. It's just very kind of creamish yellow walls. I have changed all the lighting. Maybe I should switch the lighting to 3500, but I have it set at 3000. And I have the next steps coming in this place is to categorize and start to have apparel here so that people can try it on and buy it if they want. And so I'll start chasing that probably this winter or next winter, I guess I should say. And have like QR codes and stuff like that. So Manny and Mike T came up to categorize the place, and but stuff up here, there's not a lot of my stuff, not a lot of interesting things in this area. I mean, I'd originally planned to rip this bathroom apart, but it is really nice and functional. It works really well. The shower's great. The sauna, I do need to fix the sauna. It keeps tripping a breaker. But this side of the house is, where I spend my time sleeping anyway. And other than like the Lutron shades and the SLG lighting that we've done in here, it's not like super interesting from a product perspective. Of course, all the furniture we picked out, Laurel did all this stuff, so it has the right look and feel. But I mean, I guess this is kind of impressive, but I don't find it as interesting because there isn't as much cool stuff in here that I like, other than in the laundry. So the laundry up here, the original owners took it was part of the agreement. They left one set of washer and dryer and took the ones that were up here, and so I had to get another. And so this is the Speed Queen SF7 stacker. It comes fully assembled as a stacker. It's fully functional in that it has a full-size dryer. It's not like your normal goofy stacker. And then it is a front load, which my distaste for front loaders. But this uses 22 gallons of water. It is a freaking beast, man. So what I'm planning to do, I love the TC5 DC5 combo, which is their old school base version. I think that uses 24 gallons of water in the wash. But this setup here is it weighs like 420 pounds, something like that. I'm going to do 2 of these at my house in Florida because I can never get a washer dryer because Michelle always has stuff filling it up. And so I've been testing this out to see if this cleans well enough in comparison to the normal top loader. And it's freaking awesome. So it's not pretty, it's kind of ugly, but I'm going to do 2 of these next to each other. And so that way we have a quad stack, or 2 washers, 2 dryers. That way we can get our clothes done more efficiently. I'm not always waiting in line. So this was a real struggle to get up here because we don't have the elevator yet, but we did get it up here, and it's freaking awesome. So then when you come down the hallway, this was a room that Laurel came up with this idea. She said, you need to do something like a golf simulator or something like that. Because, the office, to me, is more suited for up there. And so this section of the house, this room, we had set up as I had the 2 twin beds in here while we were getting the bunk room finished. I'll show you that. That room's finished with the exception of the door that we're going to put in. But this room, she said, well, why don't you put some sort of golf simulator or make this like a statement piece of the house, because it does have a really great view out the mountain, down the 9th green, or 9th tee, I should say. And this could be a really, really cool office, but I don't need an office. So what's happening here, and it's symmetrical, so the doorway's right in the middle, but I ordered, and we're gonna have it in July, I ordered the racing sim. So imagine you're sitting right here. I gotta do some acoustic treatments and some carpeting, or like a big plush rug is what I wanna do. But imagine 55 foot, so triple panoramic 55-inch monitors, full D-box motion, and cube C3, cube controls, I forget the pedals, but all super high-end stuff. So my now friends at Chandler and team at P1 Podium is putting together our racing sim. It'll have subtle OG branding, and you'll be able to come up here and hang out and race. So I'm going to do some GIK acoustics. We'll probably paint the room different color, get rid of this goofy fan, do something different there, maybe some kind of cool light. So I'm going to figure that out this week while I'm here, figure out what I'm planning to do here. It already has integrated shades into the windows. And then over here is going to be a group of theater seating. So we'll have 3 seats across. I need to measure it out. And so I've talked to the company that sent me an email a while back called Valencia Seating. I'm not 100% sure if I'm getting myself into some, internet heavy marketed product. I think it's a Chinese made product, but I don't know, we'll see. I don't normally like theater seating because I like to lay down, but for here, it's gonna be perfect. So imagine big plush carpet, acoustic treatments on the wall, seating across the back. Maybe I'll do some sort of coffee table, something cool, some sort of big hunk of wood coffee table or something. And then I gotta tape out, I'm gonna ask Chandler what the dimension, what he thinks the dimension or footprint of the sim is gonna be, but it's gonna be freaking insane. So I was gonna do something basic, but I opted for their like Mac Daddy. Not quite as, certainly not as elaborate as the Simcraft that John had in his garage in Atlanta, but this is much more appropriate for what I want to do. We have tons of power in here. We have Ethernet in here. So we ought to be able to patch in and go hardwired. I'll have to find that cable. But notice you do have lots of power because this is designed to be an office. So the PC in here is going to be insane. And I wonder if I'm going to need to do a more sophisticated gig download. I'm not sure if that's going to be helpful or not. But this room is cool. It looks out over the driveway. It's on this little sort of island, if you will. And I knew what I was going to do with it. These are pocket doors that close, but imagine a really cool racing sim here. It's going to be awesome. So I was originally planning to take this countertop off, cut it, and do some top loaders, but because I like that SFO7, the FFO7 is the, and then they have a matching front loading dryer. I think it's going to be sufficient. These Whirlpools are always on the fritz. I don't know how you guys deal with this kind of garbage. Like LG, Samsung, Whirlpool, doesn't freaking matter. You can't buy these consumer grade junk, and these cost way more than the Speed Queens do. So I'm going to be pulling these out at some point here and swapping for the front loader, and then I can just leave this intact, and I don't have to cut the countertop and hope that the floor is good underneath and all that stuff. So it's going to be a much simpler, and I really like this top here for folding. So that's the plan. We're going to leave that alone and not mess that up. So just going through and cleaning up my inbox and enjoying the desk setup. This is my favorite setup. This walnut wood with Rubio monocoat. Now this is the red finish, the standard finish, not the dark tinted finish that we did at my house in the garage on the Lista cabinets. But this setup is great. This is just a Dell 38-inch ultra wide, which we had an extra one, pair of L85s, a sub 9S, and then I just got the new Mac M2, which isn't really a significant upgrade over the M1, but Waba needed it for travel, so I've been sharing my laptop, so we wrote that one off and created or put the next one in, I got the next one. So the concept here, like we're gonna do this at Adam's house. I'm gonna try to talk him into doing one of these desks. But if you do the wiring right, it ends up being a really nice setup. And then you have this whole area to work, as well as a nice comfortable spot, and then we can height adjust too, which is great. All right, so this is the kind of stuff I tend to share on Inside the Hex, but check this out. So this is the Adam project, and the layout of what Laurel kind of sketched up. She came up with some really genius ideas. So in the kitchen, Adam was pretty adamant about wanting to be able to eat and kind of watch TV, or at least see the TV. And the way that the sink is designed, we kind of have to keep the sink over here unless we start slotting, cutting concrete because of the drain part. And so the sink will stay out over the sort of the window area there. And then we carry this, and so Laurel came up with this idea, which I think is genius. And so to do this kind of table, because they're not like doing formal dining stuff, so do this kind of table with a pad. So here's the render of roughly what we're doing, roughly what we're thinking about doing. So we're going to do a dark colored cabinet because that's what their style is. We'll share more. We're going to go down to down there and kind of finalize this stuff, and then we'll start ordering. So sectional. We're going to do a new built-in, or figure out a way if we can repurpose the current built-ins if it's possible. A little seating area, and so this is the main entrance. So we're going to get rid of the other entrance, which is on the back side of the house, which they never use. Turn this into a cool little technology center. The pantry is going to get shrunk because they've literally had nothing in the pantry, and that gives us room to work on the master bath. And then kind of change some of those stuff. This big giant master closet. It's going to be freaking great. And I'm hoping to do one of these desks upstairs, or maybe two of these desks. So we'll see how that works. And then this is going to be our color palette for the house. Let me see if I can find what so Eli reached out to us about cabinets. And so let me see if I can find. So this is the color that we're going to do, which is a ash, like a dark tinted black ash finish. It's going to look like this. It's going to be freaking sweet. So I'm excited for, these are kind of the cabinets we're going to end up doing, but we'll be doing this color here. It's going to look freaking sweet. All right, so I need to get my light bulb inventory figured out. And while I'm doing that, I need to get our light bulbs figured out. What light bulbs are we going to actually carry? So I'm going to pull those SATCOs down here and take inventory of what we have. There's a few light bulbs that are out. I hate that. I hate having lights that are out. And so I'm going to take inventory of what I have. I know I need some of the B11 style for outside, but let's see what I have. And I'm going to go on SATCO's site and start to make some terminations, send it to Tommy on his Friday report, so that way I can get moving on carrying these in the store. All right, I've done about as much SATCO research as I have the brain capacity for today, or right this minute. I'll come back to this and keep compiling my list, I'm working on my list of what bulbs I think we need to carry, what I would like to have in stock, so I'm going to be working on that. Alright, so the outdoor kitchen is put together, and the last major thing is to put the corbels on, the iron supports. So we're going to do all 6 of these, which will make this countertop even sturdier than it already is. And so these puppies hit to drill through, use some stainless hardware, and then it'll all, it'll all hold everything together. But look how great this came out. Video series will be coming out here shortly. I actually really like the real industrial look of our galvanized piping that Mike came up with. It's freaking awesome. We have all stainless hardware. All the drawers have some awesome Hayfla stuff in here in the black ash version. So I'm going to start working on accessories and things to store here with the alfresco grill, the Evo cooktop, the Ventahoods dual 48s. There's a really big epiphany using the especially downstairs. Using the Evo downstairs, it makes a mess. So having the hood to help suck all the grease and stuff out of the air is a big benefit. Nothing's really changed in here. Everything looks is functioning great. Furniture. This is America's worst couch for comfort. So at some point I'll swap this out. But I got more important things on my brain. So we have the Dynaudio Studio Series fronts, LCR. I actually have a single woofer and then woofer tweeter that are combined, which makes it freaking awesome. I think those are like $2,000 a piece or something like that. It's a really high-end for in-wall application. I don't like how this system is set up because the receiver is down in the basement. So sometimes that can have HDMI handshaking issues. But we have the DefTech in-wall subs, which were already here, and it's already pre-set up for that, so I don't want to mess with that. And then overhead, we have some crappy in-ceilings that someday I'd like to swap for Dynaudio. And then I have some Dynaudio Studio Series. The W65, so the 6.5-inch speakers there. I painted all the grills black, so that looks good. So I need to find, I'm going to put these bulbs, so the candelabra version, the B11 style. I think these are C11 style. So that's how I got to do some research and figuring out how these bulbs work. So everything is looking great down here. All the audio is functional. So I need to get a light for here, overhead, a light for over top the table there, overhead, and then some fixtures in the kitchen like I mentioned before. So I got this all set up. So this is a B2. I couldn't get an A2 shipped to me from Best Buy. So I paid the extra few $100 and got the B series, which is awesome. The Sennheiser MBO Max, and so now this is what I always envisioned, that you'd have gaming. So we have all our games up here, and we'll sort of build our list of our group of gaming stuff, board games. You sit at the table and play ping pong and some goofy video games, but having this TV set up here, and then they had set up the house with distributed video and audio throughout. These speakers aren't very good anyway, and so I prefer, with this TV, just to have the very simple sound bar, which will fill this room. Apple TV 4K, it's all set up like the rest of the TVs in the house, so everything's fantastic there, working great. So the bunk room is done with one exception. We need to do, beds aren't made, we messed this all up when we were moving stuff around. I want to do a Pella door, so make this a single door, and then doors like the rest of the house, so it won't feel claustrophobic in here. We do have a Lutron dimmer and SLG lighting, and so these are from Jim Black turned me on to these. My friend Jim said he had these for his house. I plan on getting something custom made for this room, like having someone come out and build it on site, but it was so much easier to just order it. I had to have them shave 2 inches off of each of them, which they did, but these are twin XL sized, so for taller people. So it's basically the same length as a king. It's like half of a king bed. And then each station, or each head, the head of each bed has a little LED light and a USB charging outlet so that, you know, kids can plug their iPads in and stuff like that. And then rather than redoing the floor completely, I found this company online that I could custom order a certain size. So I ordered this carpet, which we just put in yesterday. If you hadn't seen the video on this, Mike built this. So this doorway was already here, but this room was just one big room. And so we made a dedicated server room. So we did trim this out, drywalled this all in, drywall the ceiling here. And then I did the closet system here, and I have a runner. So I had this custom made as well, just got that. So I didn't want to do any crazy tile or anything. So this actually makes it feel warmer, comfier. I may put a TV on the wall here at some point, it'd be kind of neat, but I might just skip that in general. So, and then kids could leave the door open if they wanted to. And this leads to the, you know, the other guest room here, the basement guest room. So the setup here is pretty sweet. Those of you that were concerned about the gym equipment, the only disadvantage here is that you know, it's all dusty. It's crazy pollen season, but you know, everything, all this stuff is powder coated. And so, yeah, it might last 10 years instead of 20 years being inside, but I need to come out and blow this off. But the gym's doing great. I'm gonna, you know, I hurt my back, so I'm feeling good today. So I'm gonna use this tomorrow. I'll start coming out. I'm gonna blow this off. Probably wait until I come back to wipe down the mats because all the pollen. But, you know, it's a little dusty and grimy, but that's part of the concept I wanted out here. So everything's working pretty well. All right, so here's the project we're prepping for. So today we're going to start this. And I was thinking about all different kinds of solutions, but notice the paint. Sorry, the camera's having a hard time focusing on. But notice the paint kind of falling off. So this is closed cell Icynene or closed cell spray foam. I don't know if it's Icynene branded, but spray foam insulation. And so we've been racking our brain. What are we going to do about this? Am I going to re-spray foam this? How are we going to do this? So what we decided to do is I bought a pressure washer. I'm going to show you that in a minute. And we bought a really long lance. Bought some 2x12s to span across the pool here. So we're gonna cover the pool, cover the whole area with plastic, painter's plastic. But we're gonna not lightly, but moderately blast off any loose paint. You know, figure the house is what, 10 years old, 12 years old, 11 years old. So if I can get 2 years out of this, I'll be happy. But it's, you know, all the stuff keeps falling in the pool and making a mess, falling all over the ground. So I want to clean this up, and so we got a long one and a paint sprayer. And so, you know, it'll take us 3 or 4 days to do this, but we're going to start this here today and work through it. And so, you know, the pool not being covered, you know, is pretty chilly. And then the hot tub is giant, and so right now it's only propane powered. So what I'm doing is we're going to do a hybrid setup where we have propane and, like I was saying before, a heat pump. So we're going to have electric as well as so that's our propane heater, and then we're going to add an electric heater. There's a pretty hefty settling crack here. I don't know why he leaves these. I'm going to ask him to stop leaving the filters here. Just take them with him or go throw them in the trash up top. But we're going to update all this to the latest Aqualink. So I got a new Aqualink set up, new remote, and then we'll be doing a second heater here. He's going to replumb all this, set it up so both will work, and we'll end up in a much better situation from a pool perspective. But look at all that gunk in our pool filter. It's messing up our filters. So that's going to help. The other project I've got to work on is the garage drains to right here. It comes out that hole right there. So We gotta fix that. Gotta fix that drain and have it, we'll run a drain line out the side of the mountain here. So I think we got our carpenter bee situation under control. Jones Pest Control is an awesome local pest control person. You can see them crawling in the hole and dying. See that one's still squirming. So they come and chew giant holes in the wood, and the whole house is wood all over it. So what we're gonna do, we're trying to get these under control each year, costing about $1,200. They come and spray down the side. See one fluttering around over there. They climb in their hole, and since the holes are dusted, then they fall out dead. So hopefully we can eradicate these turkeys. I'm gonna go find somebody else's house. So check out this bro. Krenzla head on a gas-powered Honda engine. This is a Dirt Killer special here. Dirt Killer is the U.S. importer of Krenzla pressure washers, and they make a little cart for this thing. So I think this does like 3,500 psi at like 4 gallons a minute or something like that. And then we have this giant long wand with a Mosmatic swivel on the end. Wonder if I had any influence on that over the years. And then some quick disconnects, which of course most pressure washer companies never really use. But this is a 72-inch wand, so we'll be able to reach right up to the ceiling. But this thing's freaking great. So I gotta go get some to cut the quick disconnects off and get this thing all set up. I need to get some gas. Alright, this thing's freaking sweet. So I got my water line in, gotta go get some gas. But this is gonna be great. And then got my hose. I should have sent a Cobra Jet, but this hose will work. It's decent hose. And then we've got the 72-inch wand, which allows us to just stand on the ground. And so what we got to do is cover the pool, get the furniture out of the way in each section. So we'll probably start over here and work our way. And then we got to plastic everything up and all that stuff. All right, things like this. I'm excited for the future when we get these major projects done. Like this cutting board is not good. And so I've got a bunch of pursuits of like little things, little tidbits that I can chase, cups, stuff, just all kinds of stuff that I can chase in the future. So anyway, I've got everything prepared. Let's go check out on the outdoor kitchen. We're about to start the basement. I got all the pool deck. I got all the stuff done. He's got one more screw to put in. Just gotta pull these drawers back. Yeah, so he's got one more bolt to put in there, but there's all our corbels done. Nice. I'm just eating some string cheese here. We are 100% done. Other than me buying some stuff, little accessorizations. It's beautiful. It's clean. It's functional. It's sealed. It's freaking great. That's a wrap. Alright, we're getting all prepped and ready here. Got the hot tub covered. We'll pull it across the pool deck, so we'll do that next. Getting all the electric boxes covered so we can turn on this Krenzla bad boy and see what happens. This is why you don't use gas to wash your car. Alright, so step one, sort of done. Step one is blow the ceiling off, and you see how much flaky paint there was. The closer to the elements, the more flaking. So, got all this relatively cleaned up. I think also once this white powder stuff, once it dries, it'll blow off the walls and stuff. Yeah, but a couple hours, not bad. It would charge me $2,000 for someone to come out there and do that for 2 hours. But instead, I bought a pressure wash for $2,000. I think the cost on it was like $2,800 or something like that. My cost, and then I'll have it forever. Alright, that's a wrap for this project today. We'll let it dry off. Tomorrow we'll suck out all this crap, clean all this up, and then we'll start masking. So we'll have to do the final hose down and then masking for paint. Look at that bird. Get out of here, bird. Alright, we changed our minds. Got the whole thing clean. All the plastic is up. We sucked out about 100 gallons of water off of the top of the plastic with the shop vac, dumped it over the side. But everything's clean. Now it can dry off, so that way tomorrow morning we can come out and mask everything off to go ahead and mask everything off to start painting. Alright, Mike, I changed my mind. I'm going to cut those clips out this morning. You know, we're just trying to figure out how to, I got to set some precedents that, you know, when people use stuff, I'm going to ask them to replace it.
Yes.
I thought that was common sense. But I'm going to get rid of that rant that I laid into everybody, so I don't want to do that. I don't really mean that. You know, because the people that come in here to start are really they're helping make this place happen. But, like, you know, we had a bunch of steaks in the freezer, and somebody ate the steaks, and I don't care if you eat the steaks. It's fair game. You know, or salt. You use the salt, replace the salt. You use the peanut butter, replace the peanut butter. So anyway, we're working on the details of that and how to use what to use in the pool, and you know how people are using stuff. The beauty is no one's messed anything up, no one's ripped the couch or screwed anything up big time. So we just have a few tweaks and asks of people. Like, for instance, if you're coming to use the grill, and you're going to use the the Evo, you got to freaking clean it. Otherwise, don't use it. Just common sense. So I think a lot of people, you know, when you're on vacation, you think, well, the cleaners will take care of it. Well, no, I'm taking care of it. So we're in this together. Just going to ask.
Perfect sense.
Yeah, just ask people to use olive oil. Yeah. So either don't use it.
Or if you use it all, just go grab one for us.
Right. Not all, any.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
You know.
I like that too.
You know, just but don't feel like you need to go out and get it right now. Just next time you go out, replace it. And if you don't want to go get it, don't use it. You know, and don't do some Walmart replacement. Like, if you're going to use something here, then fair game. Everything's open. There's no owner's clause. There's nothing off limits. But if you're going to buy these, if you're going to eat these steaks, look at the label. Go get them.
Yep.
Go get them at the place. You got to get them Friday morning. Otherwise,
Osborne Farms.
Don't eat them.
Hiawassee. It's not very far.
Why is this one from this angle? The searing looks like it's crooked. Is it not pushed in all the way? I don't think it's pushed in on the front side. No, not that part. The grill, this part.
Oh, okay.
It's like leaning back. No, it goes up top like that. Yeah, look at it from this angle. Am I crazy?
No, it does lean.
So
maybe for the juices to run off.
Does it flip the other way? Maybe.
Oh, you know what? It might. This might be the bottom.
No, it's not. I had that same thought, but it definitely goes that way. Yeah, that's definitely correct. So that angle is like that, so that it runs out through those holes in the back. Yep.
Some drainage.
That's how it goes. So anyway, that's a much nicer way to put it than I did this morning. So I don't really care. You know, I don't care. You know, if somebody uses all the olive oil, it's just
common courtesy.
Yeah. Take the bottle with you to Ingles and get a new one. Not only pick it up at Walmart, because there's nothing in here from Walmart. I can tell you that right now. Not one thing.
Not a single thing.
Nothing. No steaks, no salt, no pepper, no grill, None of that stuff. So if you're gonna come here, I keep this place dirt cheap, but if it's gonna be dirt cheap, like, we gotta help each other out here.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and we're gonna make some steaks. I got some sweet potatoes going. Watching some NBA playoffs. Feel like I got a lot accomplished today, even though I didn't really do very much sitting around. So I'm gonna see if I can find something to cleanse the palate. Yeah, so like, you know, like this chosen food stuff, and I buy it, and then, you know, I just didn't think I need to really say anything, but my expectation was that, you know, if you're gonna, you know, like, if I have a fridge full of Perrier, then you drink them all, then just get another one, get another case of it, and just put it back. And then that way everybody's just kind of paying it forward. But you don't have to like rush out to get stuff. If there's something in the pantry, if there's something here. Now there's certain things that we have that you don't have to replace. The coffee beans, you don't have to replace anything in the garage. And so I just need to set, I'm just figuring out what precedent to set, you know, trying to learn how to do this, because, you know, my thesis was that we could do this together. People said, you know, there's no way that you could have people come and not mess up the place. Well, I don't believe that. So, you know, we had a little snafu in that the pool was heated. We rifled through $1,500 worth of propane, but I'm getting a heat pump to solve that problem. So, yeah, anyway, just common sense stuff that I just have to dictate, and Manny will make sure that everybody knows going forward. So, this is what you do, people. I love this. We make dinner, make a mess, and you clean it up. Everything's perfect. You wake up in the morning, everything's nice and dialed. It's a great way to live. You dry the dishes. Dry the dishes, put them away. Give yourself a nice tall glass of milk.
Some vitamins.
Call it a day. All right, it's movie time.
Just making comfort.
Yeah.
Relaxation.
Resume positions. We're gonna find some movie to watch. Don't watch 65, whatever you do.
Yeah,
We could watch Avatar. Not really interested in it, but
I'll watch
it'll sound pretty decent.
It's got to be better than 65.
It wasn't bad. It just wasn't. It was made for dum-dums.
It was kind of just cheesy.
Yeah. Everything. You knew exactly what was going to happen right from the very beginning.
Right.
So anyway, that's a wrap for today. If you're interested in this kind of not very well produced, but hopefully very well spoken videos, go become a member of Inside the Hex. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Keep changing the world, Mike.
Yeah.
This house is really coming together. I know we say that every time we're here, but
we just keep making it better.
yeah, it keeps getting better and better and better. So you're crazy if you don't book a week. Go find a week and book it, because the price is going to go freaking way up. I'm telling you, it's too awesome. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.